Okay, baby, relax now. You're getting hyper. Calm down, breathe. Look, meditation. Okay, so we've looked at stress management and optimization, we've looked at instinctual drives and urges, and now we get to the heart of the matter, which is emotional self regulation. So, what is it? How did you get it? And if you didn't really get it, how can you get it so that you can help your kids to develop this? Um, it's a kind of technical sounding term, and it can become very complicated, very complex. I remember how excited I was when I first got my hands on Ellen Shaw's effect regulation, and it's brilliant, but it's so technical and so dense and complicated that I really couldn't get through even half of it. But it's not at all complicated. I can explain it very simply. I mean, I'll explain it simply at the end. It's difficult for many of us because we never got that ourselves, and so we struggle with it. And so we struggle to help our kids to develop that. So simply put, emotional self regulation is your ability to calm yourself down when you're feeling upset or overwhelmed. And by upset, we're talking of a range of difficult and pleasant emotions like fear and anxiety and anger and sadness and shame and guilt and disgust and even depression. Feeling states, emotions that we get stuck in the cycle of it and get carried away by it. But there are no positive and negative emotions. There are only positive and negative things that we do with our emotions. The dividing line is not between what feels pleasant or good and what feels unpleasant or bad, but rather between whether I am using this emotion in a way that enhances my relationship with another person or damages my relationship, whether it's improving my life or making my life harder, you know. So there are good reasons for bad feelings, but we can't talk about emotions in general because each of the emotions are unique, different in the way they make us feel inside, in the bodily physiological changes that happen, in the awareness about our situation and the potential, the possibilities of action, of doing something to resolve that situation. So we need each of our emotions, especially the difficult, unpleasant ones. So we need anger, for example, because it fills us with this power to stand up for our rights and to assert our needs and to ensure that dominating people don't take us for granted and take advantage of us and use and abuse us. But also, too much anger becomes a problem because then we become the dominating, aggressive person who transgresses other people's rights and damage our relationships in the process. And we need fear because fear lets us know when we're in danger and gives us the burst of energy to make a quick escape. And we need anxiety because it helps us to prepare, like for that upcoming exam, to focus and study hard, or to avoid that suspicious, shady looking dark alley, which is a shortcut. But um, yeah, we need shame because we need everybody to be kept in check, kept in line. We don't want everyone running around just doing whatever the hell they want. There's a reason for these rules and regulations and laws and commandments of the culture and the civilization and the religion and the law, the government, everything. Um, Shame ensures that we behave appropriately in the given context. And guilt, we need guilt to because it tells us when we have transgressed someone's rights, when we've hurt or upset somebody else, and it motivates us to apologize, to make amends, or at least to not do that again. And we need sadness um, to 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 get support from other people. You know, when we feel disappointed and feel down, and or even if you cry, then it softens other people's hearts and they come to your aid and they support you. Hopefully, if you've got those kind of people in your life. And yeah, you need disgust also because it tells you when something noxious and unpleasant is in the environment that you need to move away from. Okay, so what happens is that we learn very early on from our parents or early caregivers, whoever raised you, how to feel and express each of these emotions. And we form a kind of a mental model or what we call emotional schemas, which are templates or habitual ways of feeling and expressing the emotion, which becomes a template for you to automatically reflexively navigate similar situations in future. And as the child grows up, as you grew up, these networks became hardwired and these templates became reflexive and automated, and that's how we fall into these cycles of feeling and expressing emotions.